Today I want to talk about the Zylok Incarnon that is in this week's rotation. I think it's definitely the most unique and one of the better picks this week. The Dread Incarnon is just kind of the Paris Incarnon. It's a big AoE bow that you charge up. Despair kind of unique. They're exploding kunai. They're kind of whatever. The hate's pretty cool. The hate's like a light attack version of the ceramic dagger. Ceramic dagger. So all three of the stalker weapons are pretty cool, but I feel like different variations of them already exist. Um, the Cyber Incarnate is just kind of boring. It's okay. I have like three Forma on my Cyber Incarnate. It's all right. It's fine. It's dandy. But it's definitely not my favorite. And I think the Zylok is definitely probably the most unique of everything that's available, and it's one of my more favorites of the group this week specifically. I don't think this week is a strong week anyways for Incarnon, so I'm just going over like my kind of favorite one here. But it is the Zylok Incarnon. It has just a big AoE when you charge it up. That's about it. You just fire a big boom. It's kind of like the Opticore. If you've used that, you charge it up and you get a big boom on a single target with some decent AoE around it. So nothing to really complain about there. And it does, with its Incarnon perks, have like a decent just primary fire build that you can build around. But today I am completely building around the AoE. So we'll charge it up here on this heavy gunner. And we'll shoot into the crowd here. And yeah, it's not bad at all. Inflict all those guys with heat procs. Obviously we have Merciless and things of that nature to build up. But it's pretty good. I have no complaints about this thing, really. There is, if you've used hitscan AoE weapons before, things like the Opticore, things like the Burst and Brat and the Trumna, you know that multishot doesn't affect their big booms. It only affects projectile weapons like the Tsar, the Brahma, the Envoy, things like that. Hit scan AoE weapons, you don't get multiple big booms. It does affect the bullet though. So if you look at this corrupted heavy gunner, we do get multi hits on him with our multi shot, but we don't get multi hits with the boom. So that is a thing that is kind of sad about this weapon, but it has been a thing for like years now, where AoE hit scan weapons like this, like the Opticore, the Trumna, Burst and Bratton Incarnon, those kind of things that have exploding bullets in a way, the AoE themselves don't get the multi-shot. So you definitely want to make sure you are on target with this gun and hitting people. That's a big deal. So that's kind of the showcase there on the little grunts and whatnot. I'll dive right into my Incarnon perks. There's really not much to talk about with these. They're not super interesting, but here we are. These ones, they both increase base damage. Each of these perks are better for the just normal primary fire kind of builds. Normally, if I'm doing a primary fire build, I would definitely go for the precision's payoff here. But increasing your critical damage multiplier also isn't bad. For the AoE build, it does not matter what you pick here in Evolution 2. They both increase base damage by the same amount. As for the second one, just kind of like another it doesn't matter category. Um, Magazine capacity, it doesn't infect Incarnate mode, so it doesn't matter, we're not picking it. Reload speed affects our Incarnate swap speed for shifting into Incarnate mode. That is affected by reload speed, and I also think it's affected by holster speed. I could be wrong too, but I know it's affected by reload speed, so there you go. That's a thing. As for our last one, plus 60% accuracy and weapon recoil, you don't really need that on an AoE weapon like that. You're going to be firing on target enough as you can. The explosion has a long charge on it, so you get a lot of time to correct your recoil after firing off a shot. So you don't really have to worry about, charge, boom, goes back down, you're charging it, boom. You have enough time to correct yourself and, be smart to recoil. Honestly, you could go 2 or 3 here, but I'm just on 2 because it's like the most relevant one. As for our final ones, I don't think the hybrid one's worth picking here. The thing kind of has a super low base crit chance, so we're on number 2 here for the huge increase in base critical chance is very nice. As for number 3, this one obviously isn't very bad at all. This is actually very good, but this is AoE weapon. We're building for the AoE. We're not building for the single target nonsense. But this would probably be the go-to option if you were building this as like a demolist killer or something like that. This would be a very good perk to pick where you could prime the enemy up with your sentinel or a primary weapon and then pull out your Zylok to kill something really quick. That's where you'd use this third option. But we're just here for the extra crit chance. More crit chance better, you know, that kind of deal. So nothing crazy there. Just some simple bonus boost to our crit chance. And those are the Incarnon perks. As for my modding situation, it's nothing too insane. Galvanized diffusion here. Once again, I know multi-shot, it no work on the big boom, but it's very good for the bullets actually hitting the units. It's actually pretty good for clearing out Xmas units and helping kill things like the Acolyte and whatnot. So multi-shot, it's still good when you're honed in on a tanky unit, okay? Even though it doesn't affect our big boom, sadly. Lethal Torrent there, kind of for the same reason, just more multi-shot on our main bullets. And we have Creeping Bullseye instead of a Primed Pistol Gambit. The fire rate from Torrent kind of cancels out this negative, so that feels very nice. Prime Target Cracker, more crit damage. Viral Heat, you could do like a raw heat build and then do like the heat 60-60 and then pop in a Bane mod as well. That's like a route you can go. I'm here on just Viral Heat because it's less forma that way. If I wanted to do a primed Bane mod and then the heat 60-60 mod and go raw heat with all that nonsense, that's like 2 more forma probably. So I'm chilling here. Is it the most min-max squeeze every juice out of the lemon damage numbers? No. Does it work just fine? Yes. So like, is what it is. I'm just here to show off the weapon as it is, just base form by itself, no buffs, no nonsense. And then as for the last mod here, we have Pistol Elementalist. The bonus status damage is nice. This thing does do slash damage on the direct target, so that's very nice. And we're built for a lot of heat, so that's also very nice. Thumbs up for me. Arcane, we have Merciless on, and I really wouldn't recommend switching anything around. Cascadian Flare would be sick if we had like insane fire rate. I know you can prime with your Sentinel and stuff like that, and a lot of other nonsense, but I'm just focused on using the Zylok here as it is and by himself, so that's my deal. As for everything else, if you do end up doing like a primary fire build, Deadhead's probably the way to go for the headshot damage, and it's super easy to stack. But all the other arcanes here is nothing I'd really super recommend over Merciless for the AoE build specifically. So that is that. That's my modding situation. Like I said, if you wanted to go crazy big damage numbers, you would pop out these two, pop in the heat 60-60, and then you'd have to put another forma in, and then you'd put the prime Bane mods there and swap them out as you go. But you know, I'm not doing that. We're just here, normal hybrid viral heat build, and we'll be doing just fine. So I am gonna go hop into a survival mission and just kind of use this thing for a little bit, and yeah, have a good time. So see you there in the survival mission. High five. Yo, we're here in some mock the void survival. I'd imagine it'll go a-okay. I don't know. I mean, it is just kind of a, I don't know, it's not the best Incarnate weapon, I'll say, but I think it's fun. I used it quite a bit when it came out. The first time this week rotated. The first time this week rotated, I skipped all the Stalker weapons because I figured other people will, you know, do that and showcase them off. And I went straight for this and the Cybear the first time this week rotated. And I was pretty happy with this one. I was super disappointed with the Cybear. That thing, it's okay. You can get, like, consistent red crits with its modifiers and stuff, but I was pretty disappointed with it. I was not happy with the Cybear. Maybe if I revisit it. Since then, the heavy slam changes happened and all that, so I don't know. Worst thing about this is probably the ammo capacity. It's not very high at all, and I gotta switch over. There we go. And I missed. Pretty simple weapon. I don't think it's that strong, to be honest. I think this is a pretty weak in general for the Incarnons. I don't think there's no clear winner. Obviously the Dread's pretty good, but there's also like a million bows like it in the game. So it's kind of like, eh? Like, you probably already have the Paris, the Nataruk, the Sinta. It's just another big AoE bow. It's kind of boring. And then the Despair, the Kunai, they're cool. I'm in a public mission. I didn't even realize. Okay, we have a friend. Oh well. But, yeah. I don't know. Kind of disappointing week. I just kind of went with this to talk about because it's kind of the most unique one. There's not really any charged, like, AoE pistols like this. The gimmick for the Incarnon pistols is typically ricochet rounds. They give it to the Bronco, they give it to the Lado, they give it to the Sikaris. It's just ricochet rounds on top of ricochet rounds. It's kind of boring, but yeah. We're just here. We have an Excalibur Umbra with us now, so it is what it is. I'll try and get most of the damage on the Acolyte. He's probably running around with an Influence Excal build here, so I don't expect anything too crazy. He's MR17. I don't remember the last time. I think the last time I've entered into a public mission like this on accident was for the Comarex a long time ago. Or no, it was the Pyriana Prime a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was the Pyriana Prime, yeah. Where are my kills at? 200? I mean, it's not bad. Honestly, if it didn't have the charge up, I feel like it would be 10 times better. Honestly. The Lex is pretty unique. I'm trying to think of all the secondary Incarnons off the top of my head. The Lex is just kind of a Archoplasmor wave at the end of the day, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. One of the better ones. Oh, here we go. Here's the Acolyte. I'll save my bullets here for him to spawn. What is it? Torment? Not worried about that. Spawn already. Right. One shot took his shield down, and he knocked me down. Where is he at? Quit dashing around. And he's dead. I mean, that was all the Excal there, the extra half his HP, but it is what it is. It happens to the best of us. I'm not too worried about it. Zylok Incarnon, it's like a 5 out of 10. I don't think this thing is going to carry anytime soon. It's cool with the light attack build, not light attack build, the regular attack build. If you, because of the duplex shot, has a unique firing mode like the Tigress. And I swear there's like one more gun that's a duplex thing. There's not a lot of them in the game. But it's pretty interesting. Boom, boom, boom. I do like that you can kind of focus on one heavy unit here. And all the little guys around him kind of die. That is nice. That's kind of like the one thing it has going for it. Where you're firing on a heavy unit and then the AoE will kill all the grunts around him. So that is nice, but other than that, I don't think there's really anything to write home. Oh, gotta go save our bro. Wait, we'll save this guy and then I'm out here. Whoa. Saved. That is the Zylok Incarnon this week. It's kind of okay. You got 2 days to grab it. Well, Friday, Saturday, yeah, 2 days, and kind of most of Sunday until reset. So it's all right. I think it's the most interesting option this week. The best is probably like the hate or the dread, but I think this is the most interesting. It's a cool pistol, kind of unique. I think it's worth investing in as just a good secondary AoE option. It's cool. That's like, I like the way it looks. I like the way it sounds. It's cool. I recommend it. Go get yourself one. Maybe. I don't know. See ya.